So I be like, see, bro, that's where you gonna lose at. Like, you got the look, but if you ain't got the content, it don't matter.
Yeah, we just trying to stay consistent with it, bro,
No,
and like
sure.
just get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you go back to fucking if you go back to like our first episodes, bro, the quality was shitty.
Yeah, I already seen it.
Did you see like the first one?
Yeah,
bro, you can't even see us. It looks like we just have a cloud of smoke in here. Just like I was like, what?
Yeah, but it's definitely like it looks way better now. Like I seen the quality. I like the quality starting from Awkward Jazz interview.
Word.
Like starting from there and on forward, I was like, yeah. See, now they figured it out. So
yeah, where it really started, if you notice, was I think yours was the first one. When I did his, he was the first guest, like the first interview I did, and that's when I had these lights. I had bought these joints, and they came in. That was the first one we used them on. So kind of from there, you could tell.
Those the lights right there. They the ones I use when I film. So
hell yeah. Welcome to the Off-World Podcast.
Yes, sir.
We are sitting here with Shiino and Rico. We just met. Nice to meet you, bro. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We hope you had a good week. We back at you with. If you're new to the channel, just like a little backstory what we do. We have a weekly episode that we do with the crew, and then we also have guests from.
It could range anytime. The guests, it don't. Shit.
Yeah, see, the guests are random. They're not really scheduled, but just guests from the 757 area. We try to just let them do their thing. Oh, I apologize. And showcase their talent. What's good, though, bro? Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Yo, I was looking at, sorry. We have, I kind of knew you for a minute, too, bro. I was looking on my Instagram. I had that video when I went with you to that photography showcase.
Oh, yeah. And,
remember that?
Yeah, the joint in Richmond. My memories actually just came up from that. That was my first gallery.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I haven't seen nothing else like that after that. Did they stop doing this?
Like, I guess after the one in Richmond, they something happened with their funding, so they do them, but they do them like in more their local areas, which is like DC, Seattle, LA. Like, so they just do them there now. So it's a lot harder to get to them, but hopefully they'll swing it back this way, because that was a big thing, because there was a lot of Newport News artists that was there that I didn't know were from the area. I thought a lot of people came from out of town, but most of them was either Newport News natives or Richmond natives.
We just jumped into it too. What do you do exactly?
Oh, so yeah,
what do you
at
do?
This point?
we get to it. Yeah, we gonna get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, because at this point it's a lot.
Bro is a photographer. He's crazy with it.
Yeah, I started
one of many things.
Yeah, photography is what started everything. And backstory on that, I never wanted to be a photographer, like, ever. It never crossed my mind. I was a typical black kid out here, wanted to go to the NBA and all of that in high school, but then them 2 ACL tears, that let me know, yeah, the NBA ain't for you. That ain't for you. So my uncle, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know him in the area, but Terrence, Carolina, that's my uncle, and he has always force-fed cameras to me, like from the big, like since I was like 8, but I was never interested in it. But after them,
so you did it as a hobby?
Yeah, like, or either I would just do it like just to be around him, because that pretty much was my father figure. So like, just to be around him, I'll tolerate whatever, even though I really didn't care at that time. But I appreciate him now, because with his teachings, it's like, you can YouTube it, of course, but he's just like, nah, I'm gonna give you this book, read the book, and like, no matter how the trends go from here, the fundamentals. So people can be better than you for about a week or two, but that's all they're gonna get on you. And that's pretty much how it's really been. So I appreciate him for that. And then from there, everything else just kind of branded and branched itself to the videos, to the films, to the books.
We gonna get into all that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You touched a little bit on your uncle. You said Terrence,
Carolina.
Terrence, Carolina. I'm not hip, and for people who aren't hip.
Yeah, he's in the area. Mainly Hampton. I know he shot a lot of stuff for. I believe he done some stuff for like Presto DiBiase. I think he's done some stuff for Rick Riders, I believe. I know now he's working with some more upper clients. I'm not sure who they are, but he's still local in the area though. He's pretty dope. Like, I tell people now, well, that's my energy now. It wasn't before, but I don't really have no competition out here. I don't look at anybody as competition except him. Like, that's the only person I want to be better than.
And when you think about it, it's so many people. Like, let's say literally there was one hot photographer.
Yeah.
It's only so many people he could photograph in one day.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's just too
That's
many
what
people.
I'm saying, bro.
Everybody
like,
can win.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like social media pits us as photographers against each other.
All artists.
Every field, but all artists. Yeah.
Like I told people, I swear I put this on everything I love. I've never seen photographers beef it until I became a photographer, and then
It's so goofy.
all of a sudden it's just like it's photographer smoke everywhere. But I really don't.
He says photographer smoke everywhere.
Yeah, like it got to a point where I stopped following all other photographers because of I don't even want to look at your work so you can have the notion to say
You
he
stole
copied
from
me. Like so I just unfollowed so many photographers. Like I followed a lot of them back now. Like shout out to Brittany Coley. Like I love a lot of her work. There's a guy named Charles in Norfolk. He's phenomenal. Nayland's dope. It's like it's so many, like it's too much, and it's too much territory out here for any of us to be beefing with each other, and we all do stuff so different, like so different.
It's just like the music scene, man. The more love y'all show to each other, all y'all could just
Exactly,
raise
like
up
exactly.
the ladder, bro.
It's weird. It's weird why my bad for cutting you
No,
off.
you good.
It's weird why it's like that though. Like it's like every field is like that. No matter what you do, it's like even like I feel like I've talked about construction a lot, damn. But I always relate back to that because that was my 9 to 5 for like fucking 6 years. But even in that, like people just fucking, I gotta be the guy. I gotta be that.
Yeah,
like, bro, do you really
man.
though? Like we can't all just like create. Like
Sometimes
you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like, and I don't like putting it in the Virginia box, but sometimes I feel like that's just what it is. Because everywhere else I've been to, I don't have that issue.
But it's because I feel like maybe a lot of the places you go to do your work, like you said, a lot of those galleries is in Seattle, LA.
Yeah.
It's a lot of artists already there, so it's not as competitive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they
saying?
already established. They already got their thing. Bro, I got so
Exactly.
much. When I went to Daytona, I've never been to Florida a day in my life until I think it was 2 years ago we went to Florida. Like, I made so much money in those 3 days because we went for an anime convention. But, of course, I just wanted to shoot, too. Bro, I got so much clientele out there in those 3 days. Like, I almost tripled what I would make in a month.
And they show genuine love, too.
Like, and they tip you. Like, they be like, oh, you charge $300, cool. But I'm going to tip you $200, too. So, it's like, I walked out, I shoot $500. Like,
that was a question I had for you too. Is just the photographers and really like local businesses in general, how people lowball you.
Yeah.
Like especially for like I could speak for a wedding because I've been to a couple weddings and I've seen kind of like the time it goes, like you got to be there. You know what I'm saying? A long time. That's just that's
6
before
hours minimum.
post like edits and shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I don't know if you have any thoughts on like why people lowball people, like from maybe they think like they know or like certain things, like why they lowball these businesses.
I feel like it comes from a standpoint. It's just like everybody has a mentality of who are you. Like, because if I was, let's say, like the photographer that I look up to is Gio. If Gio was to come and shoot your wedding, you're not gonna tell Gio, oh, I'm only gonna give you.
You're gonna say 200 racks. Or
Yeah, like you're not finna tell Gio I'm only gonna give you 9,000. Gio gonna look at you like, okay, I'm gonna be here for probably 30 minutes. Like that's what you gonna get with that. So it's like I feel like it's because we're so. I'm not gonna say unknown because we're all pretty known in this area at this point, but it's like we haven't done anything for people to be like, I'm gonna pay that price. Like, and it's unfortunate that that's how it is because everybody has to start from somewhere.
And what do you think you have to do? What's the breakout thing for a photographer? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Personally, I didn't start getting paid what I was asking until my magazine submission started to go through and people started to see me get these magazines, and then it's just like, oh, he's in magazines, so he has to be worth the money that he's asking. And it's crazy because that's just a mind flip because the magazines that I've been in for the most part are like in the States. They're not big magazines. They were all like startup magazines, but that image showed, oh, he's in a magazine,
It's printed.
so he must be crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been in international magazines too, but the way how those situations are set up is so different. Like, I probably won't see that magazine till next year. Even though I got the submission, I probably won't see it till next year. Versus the local ones, just like you submit, you get it, you probably get the magazine in a week or two. But it's just an image thing. Like when you know how to work the system, it'll work for you eventually. And I see a lot of people starting to learn how to work the system, and that's why I be like, go get that money.
Get it,
like I'm not
exactly.
finna
No
stop
need to
you.
beef.
Like do what you got to do. Like.
It's weird with art. It's like, what price do you put on it? Because like every other skill, like okay, if you need a plumber, do you know there's an average rate of
Right.
how much a plumber is? So somebody can't just come and give you this outrageous price. So I think even with photography, like same shit with everything. Okay, call a couple different businesses, see what the average price is. So then that's kind of how you base it off. And then people be like, but then I also say it's kind of weird how to price it because different people with different names might charge different prices for the same thing.
Yep.
So it's like, how do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you price
That's
that?
what it's about name, right? It's pretty much what he's saying.
It really is. Like, see, with me, I don't even charge my price based on what I'm shooting. I charge based off when I go home and I'm editing because I take my editing process very serious. Like Rico could tell you, I spend probably 2 hours on one photo, and that's a quick edit. So like when I'm really like in my zone and I want to edit, I probably be on a picture for 3-4 hours, sometimes a whole 24.
That's like music video time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even Full Metal will tell you, like, when it comes to shooting my films now, I'm a whole asshole, like, in that editing process because I know what it's supposed to look like, but then he knows what certain things are supposed to look like, and we clash a lot. Yeah. So it's just like that's my boy, but it's just
shout out to bro. He actually did the intro. So if you're wondering who did our intro, shout out to Full Metal.
Shout out to Full Metal.
He definitely does his thing, but like I said, it's just like
two creative minds clashing.
Yeah, like but now we have a flow now, so it's like. Even when I'm shooting his music videos, we don't even have to sit down and be like, I need X, Y, and Z shot. Like now it's just like I already know. So let's get to this.
Yeah, I think y'all be forever linked in my mind. Because like since I met either one of y'all were together. Like every time I saw each other. He's
the reason why I started doing. I never wanted to do music videos, but a situation arose. And
I need a shooter, bro.
Yeah, I had to step up into that. But then it unlocked the real thing that I'm passionate about. Like, I love photography. That's always gonna be my first thing that branched me out, but like the joy that I get from film writing and script writing and shooting the film, it's a different.
Are you selective with who you work with, like as far as making music videos and whatnot? Because you're not selective at all. Well, everybody need to go tap in with him, man, because
bro trying to make money, you know, need quality product.
Everybody go tap in.
Like I do know a couple of videographers, but I can't shoot with him because he got a problem with my man's.
Not even problems. No, let's say you don't even like the music. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's what. Like, go tap in.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
I'd be like, hey, look, because I've met some people genuinely who music is not good. I'm not gonna say it's trash, but it's not good. But they are so passionate about it. It's nothing that you can tell them about.
And
that
they
song.
Be popping too.
Yes, like they be like, bro, I don't care how bad you think my song is. I'm confident about this song.
And as long as they're good, you know, they're genuine, they're respectful to you. It's not a reason I can't do business.
Like, I'm good. Like so, I don't have. It's not too much anything that I won't do. Like I just did a video with an artist in Norfolk. His name is Rocky Mara, a gay artist, and so many people was like, "I'm surprised you did that," but I'm like, "But why?" Like, I don't give a damn what his life preference is. Don't have nothing to do with business.
Exactly.
And
I'm his
song is going stupid though. Like, and the song is, I think he's at 25,000 views, and the video only been up for 4 days, so he's doing numbers. So
I feel it. Little shortcut, little side geek talk for photography. I wanted to ask you. I have two questions. What's your favorite lens? And you have an iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite lens, all-around lens to use for like just that you think could cover all shots? And question two, what do you think of the stabilization when you record video on iPhones? Because I know you have like gimbals and shit.
Yeah.
So compared to that, you know.
So the first question with me, I like portrait style photography. So I like to shoot like waist up. So my 85 is my go-to. Like I like the close crop shots, because it gives you the detail in post to how I like to edit. So like a lot of people noticing now, like the new style of editing I'm doing, it looks more like animated. Like it looks real, but it looks more so animated. Like it's more of a 3D effect to it. And you can do that with any lens, but the detail won't be there like with the 85.
I bet you shot that one, that picture with the girl with the matches on her eyelids. Mm-hmm. Was that an 85?
Yeah, that was my 85.
I pictured that when you said that.
Yeah, that's my 85. So the girl with the lemons around her, that was with the 85. So it's like, that's probably my favorite lens. Like I have a 50, I have a 35. I don't even know the last time I even touched my 35. Like it's just been sitting on the shelf probably for like 2 years. I probably haven't used it in like 2 years, honestly. Because the 85 is like the father of the 50 and the 35. So.
What was what was the first lens? You know.
My first lens was an 18 to 55.
No, I mean I know. Yeah, okay, that's cool for yours. That's good info. But like, I'm talking about like period. Like how to, you know, any history like going fucking.
Oh, like what was like the first lens ever?
Like back in the day, what was like a standard lens? I guess you know what I mean, or something like that.
I would think honestly, if I had to guess, it's just off the top and just knowing what I know from reading the photography books, I would think it's a 35. Okay. Because I don't know if you noticed, like most Polaroid cameras, like the film style cameras, like they're standard 35 millimeters because it's like they call it 35 millimeter the storytelling lens because it's wide but like tight at the same time.
So the smaller the number is, the wider it is.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that's what they use in film, right?
Yeah, 35 millimeters like a typical film lens, just because like it's wide but it's tight at the same time. So you get most of your background, but the person is still so sharp and in focus. Like it's a prime lens. Like a lot of people love that. Like me personally, don't like the 35.
I got you.
I would think that was the standard only because it's like the most consistent lens ever. So if I had to make a guess, I would say that it's probably that. But now that you asked that, I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah, I remember I seen somewhere like that. All films used to be in like a certain millimeter, but then they made a switch. Now they're all like in a different one, but I forgot like which ones it was. And
I know, I know standard usually was 35, but I know a lot of people now are doing 50. Some people are doing 12
in movies.
Yeah, like it depends. Like I think most action films are shot in 12 millimeters. I believe
you can tell which films is shot in different.
What's that shit called? The frames per second. That's what matters when like it's action shit. Like the faster shit is moving, you want to have a higher frame per second.
I tell people all the time, if you want to gauge where your videographer is, whether it's a music video, anything like that, ask them what frame per second they shooting your video in, and that's gonna answer everything you need to know. Like so this is just me, this is my preference. If you're shooting a music video at 30 frames per second, you're going to get more of a real-time look versus a cinematic look.
And I don't like that real-time.
Yeah, that real-time.
By slow-mo, you want to do 60 in, right?
No, slow-mo, you want to do 120.
Jerry told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, 120.
Well, it depends.
120, yeah.
It depends. It depends on what type of slow-mo you want. Because when you do 120, it's going to crop if you don't have a full-frame camera. So if you do 120, it's going to be a very cropped and detailed shot. And sometimes you can lose quality that way. So 60 is a safer route to go because you can still get it at full 4K. But it won't be as smooth slow motion as 120 frames per second.
Yeah, that real life look in 4K looks good.
Yeah,
but it just
it looks too good, right?
Yeah, it's like it's like nah.
Like certain TVs.
You like it?
But the thing that's
you
crazy,
like
the music video, like he's very like cinematic, and we kind of go back that all the time.
Hell yeah.
I think what bothers me with it looks good if you have the screen for it to look good.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if you got a 1080p screen and the video is shot at 4K real time,
you won't even see the 4K.
It looks sluggish. It looks off. Like you can see different things going on, so it's just like I don't like
and there's some shit be like fucking like it looks too good. Like certain TVs, like my friend's TV, like it's like the curved ones, but it's like too HD. Like it doesn't look like a movie anymore. It's like I don't know what's
just too much going on.
My brain is like can't.
That's why I tell people love to say like they love the quality of what I shoot like my films in, but the secret is none of my films have been shot they've been shot in 4K, but they've never been uploaded in 4K. Like we always drop it down to 1080 for a smoother process and so that I can get that cinematic look.
Hell yeah. So, and then image stabilization on the iPhone. What you think about it?
I think it's cool. Like it works. It's just
not as good as the.
I may be tripping because I think that shit is genius. That shit flows.
We can talk about the new one too.
It's absolutely genius. Like the Apple is probably not with the 12, but whatever they decide to do with the 13, the camera's
I'm getting off the 12 Pro Max.
Yeah,
they got the censorship camera anymore, right?
No, it's gonna catch up. But see, the thing that Apple is doing. Apple's giving out too much information. And
what do you mean? They giving out the sauce?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's not that they're giving out the sauce. It's just like
it's too easy for you to do it now.
They're giving too many bits on their cameras, and what they have to understand, like they're not the only small company that's trying to take over cinema. Like, because of course you got Ari and you got Red and all of that. That's people, we can't afford that. Like, but then you come down, we got Blackmagic now that is very affordable. That's what I use. And then you have Red actually just dropped a pocket camera.
Yeah, can you shoot photos with Red cameras? Like,
yeah, but they're more like stills.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're huge files. Like one photo is probably like the size of a video file.
Gigs?
Yeah, like they're huge files. Same thing with my Blackmagic. Like one photo is like almost like a 4K clip. That's crazy. And it's ridiculous. Shit. But the quality of it is
the
crazy.
Podcast usually it'd be like, if it's like an hour long, I think when I bounce it out of Premiere, it'd be like probably like 6-7 gigs.
You know what's crazy is one clip from my Blackmagic is 6-7 gigs.
That's crazy.
Like one clip.
I know you have hella hard drives though.
Yeah, I have to. I use SSD drives now. Like memory cards are obsolete for film for me now because
you said an SD card or
SSD drive.
What's that?
So it's pretty much like an external hard drive.
Oh yeah, I got one right there.
Yeah, and then it just plugs right into my camera, and then everything just reads right to it.
That's fire.
So.
Yeah, man. So you want to get into, if we can, a little bit into like some of the like I know you did a show, Case of the X. I seen that. I was actually at the premiere with you guys.
Yeah.
If you want just a little, how'd that go? You know, so we can go into that.
Case of the X was an experience. Like,
is there more coming?
Yes.
The rest of the season.
Yes, okay. There's more coming. Just so everybody, and you get the exclusive answer to this.
Where can we watch?
Hell yeah. Look, hey,
it's on Vimeo. I just put it on YouTube as well. So episode 1 is on YouTube and it's on Vimeo.
We're gonna put the link in the description.
I'll send y'all the link for sure. But episode 2 is coming very, very soon. The issue is we had to end up recasting one of the roles mainly, like, because he's one of the main roles.
Which role? Because
he was the brother, the one that busted in the room. Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
Like,
okay, my bad.
Well,
that wasn't really a spoiler, I guess.
Nah, that's not. He's just a character. But yeah, he's the brother pretty much. Yeah. But he ended up getting a better job in California, and I'm not about to stop your money at all. Like, handle that.
I thought you were talking about in the show he got a better job.
No.
You could put it like that.
In real life, he got a better job. So he had to go handle his business out in Cali. Which, shout out to him. Like, I'm extremely proud of him. Like, he's one of the dudes that, from the beginning, he's been with me, like from photo shoots to pretty much whatever I asked him to do, he'd be like, I don't do that, but for you, I'll do it. Yeah. So, but we are definitely recasting for that role now. Once I get that character established, then Case of the X is definitely going to be back to rolling. But I'm gonna hold it off until 2021 because I don't want to cram it into this year, especially when I got the other 2 projects that I'm working on right now that's going to come out before 2020 is over. So I'd rather just end the year with that.
Can we get a sneak peek about what those are?
Is one of those Severed Ties?
Yes.
The short film?
Severed Ties.
The short film?
I'm rebooting Severed Ties for all the original fans. I'm sure they remember Severed Ties. That was my first short film. And acting-wise...
I'm trying to think if I've seen that. Which one is that?
That's the one with Sherm in it.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, so acting-wise, I have no complaints. Like, for our first film, I have no complaints at all. But how I shot it is... He'll tell you. I'll go through.
You've evolved a lot.
Yes, it's the film is 1501, and I complain for 1501.
It makes you mad watching it
because it's so dark. The audio is trash. Like,
shaky.
Yeah, it's shaky. I didn't have a gimbal then. Like, that was literally me just shooting. Like, I'm shooting on a camera that have no business even shooting video.
Like, he played it for me. Like, the first time I ever watched it, I'm like trying to listen to that, but also hearing him, and he was just like, "Look how shaky the camera." Yeah, he's like, "Look how shaky the camera is." Like the lighting.
He didn't want you to like it either.
Yeah, so but it was pretty dope though.
But it's crazy because people really gravitate. Like, they liked it. Like, they
always like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really hard on myself, but people really liked that show, and the reason what sparked the reboot, because I had no interest in rebooting at first. I was just gonna leave it what it is, but a film festival actually reached out to me.
Oh wow, which one?
It's IFC Film Festival. They're mainly horror films.
Yeah, that's
like
dope.
I might have heard, or isn't there like a channel called IFC?
Yeah, that's the horror. That's like the horror channel.
Yeah,
that's fire,
they had reached out to me, and at first I thought it was like some spam email shit, because you know how niggas get you with that. Mm-hmm. So I ignored the first email.
Just send a down payment of $2.99 and we'll get you locked in.
I'm just like, hell nah. So I just let that shit rock. But then they had reached out again, and I don't know homie name, but I seen homie had entered the film festival. It was like for a 4-minute clip or whatever, and he ended up winning it. I think he's from Norfolk, I believe, but he ended up winning like 20 racks off the competition. Like, his video is phenomenal. Like, for 4 minutes, like, I tell people, if you could tell a whole story in 4 minutes, that's a talent, because I know I can't. So, like, but he really captivated the whole story in 4 minutes. So I was just like, nah, this is real. I'm about to get on this. And they hit me up and was just like, yeah, we seen some of your short films, and Severed Ties was our favorite story-wise, but we would love for you to shoot it better and submit it. So I'm just like, what's the prize? And they was like, well, the grand prize for this one, because it's a short film competition, is $55,000.
Whoa.
So,
Did they tell you how it's going to be judged and all that?
Yeah, so it's judged off, it's not like peer judge, nothing like you got to get views or anything like that.
Okay.
It's judged off a panel. Like of professionals, so it's like you don't have to worry about because I'm in Newport News, ain't nobody gonna support.
You don't have to worry about the reachment or the what's the word?
It's not about club.
Engagement.
The engagement, yeah. Exactly,
you don't have to worry about any of that. Like because I was in a photo competition and I lost it, but so many people came to me and was like, "You had the better photo, but he was just way more popular than you." And it's the truth because he was. But to me, if I was on the panel, I would have chose his photo over mine too, only because
respect.
only because of how he edited, but the way how he whipped my ass is what made me learn this new editing style that I learned. Cause
shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him because I was like, damn, like this shit was crazy. Like my photo might have been better fundamentally, but his post image was when he dropped his post image, I was like, yeah, I lost. It doesn't need to even still stay here. Like I lost.
And people just like to see growth too. So. Especially the people who've seen the first one, they're probably gonna want to watch this one even more just to see the growth. Just
and I brought like my cast. This is probably one of my better casts that I've put together. Like Sherman is back. Like I couldn't replace Sherman because Sherman's character, no matter how much Sherman denies it to y'all, the people. Sherman's character is literally based off Sherman. It is not based off anybody else. It is based off himself. Like if you chilled with Sherman before, you know Sherman is quick to tell you, I'm sick of this shit. Like fuck this bitch. Like whatever the case is, like I literally wrote
from his life.
Yes, I literally wrote his character based off him. Like so, but Sherman a downplayer. Sherman be like, I'm not like this. No, it's based off him.
One line I've heard him. I watched a few of his episodes. Shout out to 75 Junction. One line I hear him say a lot, if you like it, I love it.
Yes.
You gotta put that.
Yes. And Sherman, but I made Sherman is pretty much that character that everybody is going to hate in the film, like, because he's so disrespectful to his wife. I don't know if y'all know Chance Garrett, but Chance Garrett is going to be the female lead in Severed Ties. I brought Nikkei Ames back. Nikkei is the one that threw the purse at her husband and killed her husband with the PS4 controller in the original film. So I brought her back. Everybody else is pretty much a new cast, I believe. Yeah, everybody else is a new cast and recast it. So it's going to be, like, the cast is very strong. I'm very happy with them.
What is your obsession with horror films?
Yes.
Where did that start?
A good question.
My mother. Like,
how old were you? Like, I need the rundown because I see that's like your thing.
4. And my mom was a big Michael Jackson fanatic. So Thriller was like regular television for me.
I just seen Thriller for the first time like 2 years ago.
For real?
Swear to God. And I thought it was the best thing ever. I was like, they was doing shit like this back in the day. Like
my mom used to like really make me, I'm not going to say make me, but she will always force Michael Jackson down my throat. But Thriller was the one thing that stuck. And I'm just like, yo, this is dope. And then I think I was 6 when Halloween 5 came out.
Oh, man.
And we went to the movie theater. That was my first movie theater experience. And I was scared as shit. Like, I told my mom I had to go to the bathroom, and I ran out the emergency exit and triggered the whole, like, security system in the movie theater. So, but it's like, I was scared, but that feeling of
it was like a roller coaster.
Yeah, like, so it was cool. And then just as I went on and got older, I started just drifting into my own lane of horror. Like, me personally, I love the slashers. Like, I know a lot of people love
what's your favorite horror film?
Probably all time. Honestly,
let's wait before you even say. Let's see if you broke a guess it. See how well you know. No clue.
I'm not really a
horror movie
at all. I never really saw so many until I started hanging out with him.
Okay.
'Cause I used to be afraid of the dark as a little boy, so I kind of like they play with your mental. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you my thoughts on that after. My bad.
My favorite, and it's crazy because all time, people think when you say all time that I'm gonna go back, but it's actually not.
Recent?
Yeah, it's Us from Jordan Peele.
I was gonna say that.
Like, and people. I actually put a poll up, And I was gonna give away a free photo shoot if somebody could guess this, like who my favorite producer is. And it's so crazy. I talk about this man so much, and it was so crazy that people didn't guess that.
I would have guessed that.
No, yeah, because that's literally the only him and James Wan. They the only two horror producers I really talk about like that.
So I know you've seen Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we've been hyping the fuck out of that shit.
That's
the last
on
80% of the episodes.
That's the craziest thing on television.
But it's crazy because I had it at a 3-way tie. I don't know if y'all watched Nurse Ratchet yet on Netflix.
Nurse Ratchet? No.
Yeah, but that was good. That was good as shit. And then the horror of Bly Manor.
I haven't seen that either.
I had those tied in a 3-way tie. You couldn't pay me to choose between those three because they're equally great.
I thought you was gonna say The Ring or some shit like that.
The Ring? Bro, for me, it's like, scary movies are cool. When I was growing up, I thought they were cool, but like, I always thought they were corny. That's why I really like Jordan Peele, because I feel like he's the only one that has scary movies that like you actually get like you know what I'm saying, you love the characters and shit like that.
I'm stamping it right now.
The story
people
line.
Don't believe me, but I'm telling people, put any amount of bread up. I keep telling people right now, next year, I believe it's September 17th, Jordan Peele is going to become the greatest producer of all time.
He's releasing something.
Candyman.
Oh man!
And the trailer is already.
The first one was terrifying,
bro.
Yeah, I was terrified of that.
The psychological twist that I know that he's gonna put on it is gonna make people look at Candyman in such a different. For true horror fans, we all went bananas when we seen in the trailer the mother from the original Candyman, which let us know that the main character in the film now is the baby that was in the pile of trash. So that alone. Yeah, that alone went crazy for horror fans across the world.
But even past the psychological thriller part, it's like you fall in love with the characters, bro. It's like you don't do that in scary movies for
Get
like
Out
that.
made
bro.
me
And Get
feel-
Out when the dude lived at the end,
yeah, bro.
we jumped out the seat like this is you hype as shit. I was like, come on, yo.
Get Out was great. Like when he dropped Get Out, I'm like, he can't do better than this. But then Us came out, and then I'm just like,
I like Get Out better than Us though.
How do you feel
Us is cool,
about
too.
Antebellum? Have you seen that?
I liked it personally.
Isn't that from his producers? I'm not sure. Like,
so nobody is clear on how that worked because I know Antebellum is a book from a female producer.
Okay.
And I know that Jordan Peele probably seen it and was just like, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But he's getting a lot of traction, negative traction
for doing it.
Yeah, because of not giving credit to
the original
Shorty. Like,
but did you like the movie?
I did.
I thought it was fucking amazing.
I thought it was good. I think the thing with Jordan Peele movies, if you watch people, first week I didn't like it. It was trash. Second week, it was alright. Third week, I understand it now, so it's great. Like
you gotta watch that, bro. It's a good movie.
It's good. It was really good. I had to watch it twice to grasp everything, but once I grasped everything, I'm like, he's legitimately 3 for 3.
Would you consider that a horror?
I would consider it more psychological thriller personally, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all the way through. And then I'm just looking at films that he's in the running to possibly get next year as well. They're trying to get him to reboot Carrie, which I don't think he'll do that, only because Carrie just had a reboot.
I like the last Carrie too. With,
I like the last
Chloe
one.
Grace Moretz.
Yeah, she did good.
Yeah,
I just showed it to him the other day.
That was a good movie.
It really tied into the one from the 70s. Like the Rage, it was kind of different in so many, but they kind of kept all the names the same and everything. So it was
to a T.
Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna do that one though, but I know that he's expressed interest in doing a legitimate sequel to Tales from the Hood, which I think that would be
legendary.
The one that's on Netflix is just like, get this up out of here. Please get this up out of here.
It's funny to watch.
Yeah, but
you smoke a blunt and
laugh.
I'm
like, this shit is terrible. I didn't think anything could get
Leprechaun from the Hood is pretty.
And that was the next one that he was interested in getting. It was Leprechaun. I don't know if it's Leprechaun from the Hood exactly.
I gotta watch that.
But he said he wanted to reboot.
I don't want to see him do no Leprechauns.
Yeah, me either personally.
What's the stupidest scary movie y'all seen? What's that shit we seen with the beavers? You know what I'm talking about?
Nah,
my boy showed us the shit was like some zombie beavers or some shit like that.
Sharknadoes.
Bro, I was like, yo.
To me, anything with zombies is an instant turn off for me.
I Am Legend though.
I don't know why. See, I Am Legend was good, but see, I don't consider. See, I Am Legend wasn't that typical
Zombie
like Dawn of the Dead.
Will Smith's so powerful. That's not a zombie movie. That's a Will
what
Smith
I'm saying.
movie.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
the last thing, I think because Walking Dead set the standard for me that all them other zombie movies, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, you can't beat Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead is the shit.
I never got into that.
Resident Evil really was like the beginning.
Yeah, Resident Evil movies started off good, but then they started getting I'm like, y'all losing me.
Yeah.
Y'all losing me. I'm surprised you never got into Walking Dead though.
Never got into. My little brothers were like religious with that shit.
Oh,
though.
me too. You can't tell me shit about Walking Dead. You catch hands over Walking Dead.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you do a lot of stuff, man. I seen you have a book on the way.
Yeah, it's it's out for pre-sale now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I seen how
go order that.
got a little untold thoughts.
Oh, my bad. Let me rewind because I didn't get to talk about the second project because Rico is actually starring in the second project.
Yes, sir.
Along with my fiance as well.
I'm mad I don't have that one in my notes.
Yeah, it's a Sewn In.
Oh, that's a secret.
Sewn In is the no, it's not a secret.
Okay.
I put the poster out. I put the poster out at the same time I put the Severtise poster out actually. But that one is more of a short than Severtise. It's probably gonna be like 9-10 minutes. But that one is pretty much about a guy whose mom passes away. He wants to. I'm sorry, Rico's a designer, by the way.
He's not acting in it.
He designs.
Actual fashion design.
Yeah.
Oh, fire!
So that kind of
definitely get into that.
Yeah, he definitely sparked the storyline of the short film. So like I said, a guy's mom passed away. She was a big fan of his work. So her last request was that the dress is made by him. So the son gets a hold of him, but when the son meets up with him, he brings the spirit to his home. And so now the mother is in his home terrorizing him. Wow. Like as a fan though. Like but she's so obsessed with him that
acting crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It just gets bananas in there. So we kind of tore his house up on the set.
But it was crazy because he actually met my friend, and my friend was supposed to be the main character, but it came like 20-30 minutes before we were supposed to meet, and he was like, my dog is sick, I can't do it, and we just didn't hear anything from him. So then
my dog got corona.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like his voice of like clarity sometimes because he started getting frustrated, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just do it. I don't like scary movies, but I'll be it, you know. But after we did it was like we wouldn't have wanted anybody else because my friend don't know how to sew and stuff like that. So I already knew.
Did
stuff
it
like
make you want to start acting anymore?
Well, actually, I actually wanted to start acting when I first got with him when we was shooting like music videos and stuff because you know I like to be around other creatives. So when I started with him, we were doing photo shoots, then we went to videos and shorts, and I'm like, I can do something like this, but I just didn't think it was going to be a horror movie.
And it came together.
Yeah, but I also sing, so he always trying to get me because I'm like, brother, I want to make a song and I want you to do my music video because we shot for Deja and I just. That blew my mind. I'm just like, brother, that was so dope, you know, everything. And he was just like, yeah, you know that. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, it was blowing my mind. So I did want to get into acting and stuff like that. Yeah. Cause it's just dope being around other creatives. So he bring that out of me and I bring that out of him. So.
So this thing is shot already?
We wrapping it up Friday.
And what's the title of that one?
Sewn In.
That shit sound like a crazy storyline.
I like that. Yeah, when you first start telling the story, I thought you were actually talking about I thought you were talking about a real lady like
that
was very
sure it's based off a true story somewhere. It's based off a true story somewhere.
Hell yeah. No, that's fire, man.
But yeah.
So you said you're a fashion designer too?
Yeah.
You wanna tell us a little bit about that?
Well, actually I'm not even from here. I'm from Florida.
Okay.
I'm in the
part of Florida.
St. Petersburg is right by Tampa. Okay. So I'm actually in the military. So we known each other for quite a while, but we didn't actually meet each other till about May.
Yeah, around May.
May, June. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just really clicked. So then No, we met through a mutual friend.
Okay.
So then, like, he was one day on Facebook. He was asking for like an assistant, and I'm like, bro, I'll go with you, And I was just planning on just doing that one time, but we just clicked like with the model because he was doing the graduation graduation shoot.
Yeah.
So we just kind of clicked from there. But so I'm not from here, but I'm here now. I lived here before, but I was self-taught as far as sewing. I did amateur New York Fashion Week and stuff like that. Then I sing, so I come from a singing family, but I just never really pursued that just because I was in the military. But now I'm going to school for fashion design, so I think next year, so when I do start my line and stuff like that, I already have my videographer, photographer, and all that stuff. So we just link, and then I just kind of help him with his creativity, and I just kind of push him to do his videos, and I'm always a lot behind the scenes with him. But my thing is music and fashion.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, right now I go to school at Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design. It's an online school just because I'm in the military. So, it kind of it goes around my schedule. But you ask him, it drives me crazy. It runs me wild. It is nothing to be like. Art school is definitely nothing to be played with. So
I lasted like 3 days. So.
Oh, where did you go?
To LA Film School.
Oh, that was one of the ones I was
thinking about. I got right on up out of there.
Oh, you were there too?
My uncle cussed me out for applying there because my uncle was like, "It's nothing that they could teach you that you can't learn yourself."
You might as well just do it, man.
That's what I was trying to
start
tell
creating.
him.
Like, what are you gonna? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like my uncle was just like, "Bro, get the fuck out of that school." Like before they even
money.
Yeah, he's like, before they even hit you with them loans and all that bullshit, like get the fuck up out of there.
Definitely is money.
And it's very. That was probably the best advice, because my investments that I've made for what my setup now, like when I look back at those receipts, I'm just like, what the fuck was I doing? Like,
I guess it could be good for like connections. It could be good.
It
could be good to know the technical side too. But it's about you really want to just have more time in the craft.
Yeah.
And like I think an online school, like he said, is like probably a good idea. During the day you can create.
See, a lot of people say with that LA Film School, if you're gonna do online, there's no point for you to even do it. Like if you can't go on campus, then
I was on
no connections.
Yeah, because you're not
networking.
Not on hand, so it's like it doesn't. It's not the same.
I was on campus, but the campus is surrounded by kooks. So.
Yeah, I believe it.
But yeah, man, let's get into the. Can we get into the book?
Yeah.
Untold Thoughts.
Yeah, Untold Thoughts.
I seen you say you're shipping them on the 25th of November.
Yep. Pre-sales started Halloween, and they've been doing good.
It's a horror book or is this?
It's a horror book.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. 9 times out of 10. If
I didn't know if it was like a book on your life or.
No. It's a horror fiction.
Are you a horror producer?
Will you be doing horror forever?
Okay. Yes, he's a horror producer.
He said
like my fiance could contest to this. If she put a romance movie on, I'm going straight to bed. She put an action movie on, I'm probably up for 15 minutes and then I'm falling asleep.
So you don't like no other movies?
I do, but none of them like make me be like, damn, I gotta write an action film. Like I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to do something.
I try
like
to get him so many times to like do other kind of films, and he's just like, no.
Because what'll happen is I'll start writing the other genre of film, but a horror twist comes in it somehow, some way. So it's just like it's no point for me to even.
She was picking flowers, and then
it's like it's no point for me to even try. Yeah, like. That is true, man. But it's because of like what we were saying earlier, like. What I watch, like I'm so head. American Horror Story based, so Insidious based, so everything I watch is just dark and grungy. So it's like, and that's where the book came into play. Like
it's
I just wanted to try
though,
it.
You're not a dark and grungy dude at all.
No, I'm not. Like I'm not. Like when people see me with my kids and everything, they're like, "Yo, how do you even come up with this shit?" Yeah. Like
what I think of when I think of Shiino, I think of everybody saying, "Flick me up, Shiino."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
So what's the book about?
So pretty much the book is actually, it's funny because I tapped into, I won't say childhood, but like my high school group of friends. Yeah. So it's based on us, and it's based on a situation that kind of really happened, but of course there's some twist and some fiction in there. So, but pretty much it's about a kid whose mom had this like crazy mental thing going on. I don't know if y'all ever heard of like the Call of the Void before.
Call of the Void?
Yeah. Sounds like schizophrenia.
Kinda. It's like, so pretty much it's like you're walking down the street. Let's say you see Rico, and he's like, and you just think about what would happen if I push this dude off the bridge.
Oh, you do it.
And then like 9 out of 10 people don't do it.
Oh, this is a real thing.
Yeah, like it's a real thing. Sherman actually told me about it, and I really took Sherman's words and made a book out of it.
Okay.
So, so yeah, it's like just you thinking what are the
Yeah, I do it all the time.
What are the scenarios that would happen if I push this person?
I be
Like,
wanting
what would
to
happen
punch
next?
the cashier all the time for no reason.
Is it just murder or just doing the worst?
No,
things
it can be
in any
anything.
moment?
Like I've seen, because I did like a lot of research on it before I started writing. So I've seen people that sit in their house and be like, "What if I put my milk in my cereal first? Put the milk first
like
in the
OCD
cereal."
a little bit.
That's what it's very close to it, but it's like people actually take medication for it because it gets deep to the part where it's murderous. Like people be like, "What if I drown my daughter?" Like,
what's the actual definition?
I would have to send it to you.
Crazy.
Pretty much.
Because at first you said like it was all
it's
weird
called
stuff.
Call It a Void. So.
Yeah, but then you said the cereal line, and that's not. I guess that's not that crazy.
Like it's like there's minor versions, and then there's.
Like let me drive. Let me see how long I could drive with my eyes closed.
Right. Like it'd be shit like that.
I tried that.
See,
I swear to
that's
God,
what. That's
I really have tried that.
That's
I did it with
literally
the lights
thing.
off.
But for like 3 seconds though.
Yeah, so
like, can I hit 4? I'm good.
So like pretty much the mom has a severe case of that, but like in the book I make it hereditary. So long story short, without giving anything away in the book, is she pretty much tries to harm him. She doesn't succeed, and pretty much he starts to go through the same things but with his friends. So it's like scenarios he's put in, like his girlfriend, for instance. It's like, what if I held her under this bathtub water for 30 seconds? Would she survive? Like, and he's constantly battling himself within his mental. And then the way how the book ends, even my editor was just like, I did not see that coming at all. Like, like he was like, you play action us through this whole book because nobody's seen it coming. And it's dope because I've had a lot of things happen to me, like, you know, in my upbringing. And I try to, like, my way of grieving is different from everybody else. Like, my way of grieving is constantly keeping that person going, like, even though they're not here anymore. So in the book, there's people that pop up that are dead the whole time. But to the reader, it's just like, they're just regular characters. But then once the ending comes and it's like a review back, it's like, damn, this nigga was never really there. He was in his head. Like, so my cousin DeAndre, he was murdered by his mother, and he's one of the voice of reasoners in the book. And like, I use his straight up name. I didn't make him a fictional character, anything like that. And so many people was just like, when they got to the end and they realized that the mother actually killed the cousin that night, like the original night at the beginning of the book. And they was like, bruh, like that shit was just genius. Like, cause the way how you wrote the character in, it's like he's been there the whole book, all 10 chapters. It's like he was just alive and he just wasn't. So I got him in there. I got my bro Quasi's in the book as well. So it's just a lot. It's a lot going on, but it's tied together so well. And it's like probably the number one thing that I'm extremely proud of, like right now.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to read that book.
Yes,
I don't even read books like that.
And that's crazy.
You might get us all reading.
Yeah, I don't read books either. That's why.
That's beautiful.
Shout out to
really
Tahara.
Like
Tahara she runs Black Gold Publishing, and that's who I publish through. She's local, but she was the one who, like, she would hear me tell stories all the time about like my family and stuff like that, and she was like, "You have such an author's way of storytelling that you should just write a book." And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna write a book.
That's
but
cool as hell,
my editor, shout out to Dwayne, he did not let me off easy at all. Like, cause I was so stuck in script writing mode. I was writing the book almost like a script. Yeah. And he was like, you can't do that. Like, we bumped heads a lot. Like, he was just like, yo, get your shit together. Like, we ready to put this book out because so many people are anticipating it. So
I like how you make it personal, bro. Like,
yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, thing that people don't realize, every single one of my films is personal to a certain extent. Like Severed Ties, that whole storyline was me severing the ties with my father, and people never knew that. Like, the main character's name is Alex. That's my father's name, and that whole story between Sherm's character, who is Alex, and his wife, that's my father and my mother that whole time. And I don't rock with my dad like that at all. Like, we speak in sake of the kids, but it's just his ways I can't take. So literally every film,
it's something real.
I'm about to start doing like a Where's Waldo. Like, if you could figure out which part of this film had to do with me, then I'll give you a free photo shoot or something. But it's always something that has something to do with me in these films. So, and the book is actually going to be a film too. So
that's cool, man. And you have a pre-order link for that too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That'll definitely be in the description too for whoever wants to check that out. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, those are waters for you guys if you guys want some water. By the
Oh
way,
yeah,
too.
because I was showing
definitely didn't even tell you guys. Nah, for sure. I also wanted to talk to you about just like because you're one of the few friends I actually have on Facebook that are trying to create a brand and trying to do something like that online.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, if you want to tell us some thoughts you have on, like the evolution of just marketing yourself online, maybe things you've learned along the way. Maybe you can give some tips to people,
I learned
stuff like that.
I learned a lot.
And I see you talk shit. Like, I'm the opposite of you. Like, you actually talk shit on Facebook about what's certain people that are doing some like shady stuff. Like, I'll just kind of distance myself from people, but you actually just like put it out there.
Because
like,
I think, and it's crazy because I don't want it to be like that, but that's what gravitates people to me, and it's always been like that since high school. Like, because I'm not like bred from around here, so, and the way how my mother raised us is just like, if it's an issue, speak on that shit, like, and that's just how it comes, like, but I've actually toned it down because you've been my friend on Facebook for a minute, and usually it'd be, oh, I'm gonna mention your ass and be like, we ain't no need to sub you, I'm gonna just talk directly to you. But I dumbed that down a little bit, and I'll just speak in general. But it's crazy because there was so many people when I first started that told me, you can't talk like this on Facebook because it's not professional. You can't do this. You pretty much telling me don't be yourself. And when I tried that route, my sales dropped so crazy. Like, I was hurting 2019. Like, with the first half. You. Yeah, because it just wasn't me, and people were just like, "Oh, this nigga don't sold out."
Trying to play politics.
Yeah, like they was like, "Oh, he don't hit these magazines and he don't sold out." Like, we don't like that.
Believe it or not, because people actually pay attention to that and they see it. You know
they definitely would.
For sure.
People did not rock with that with me at all. Like they were just like, "Nah, we don't like this proper promo Shiino. We don't like that." Like,
it's funny because you'll see like Wendy's. Like, remember, how like brands will post funny ass tweets.
Yeah.
Like, yo, tell Casey get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I don't know if they're getting hacked or like or what's going on, but it
works. They get the people talking, like, and it'd be stuff like that. Like, I tell people all the time, I do not, and this is on here on camera, I do not have one issue with any soul out here. 9 times out of 10 when I'm talking, it is in general, but so many people incriminate themselves by assuming I'm talking about them.
If the shoe fit, wear it.
Yeah, right. So it's like, so what are you talking about when I'm not around that this post is offending you when this is just a thought of the day for me?
You hear?
Like,
that's a fact. It's like people with confidence, bro, like, or like people who have just like genuine confidence and just who they are and are just treat people nice. Somebody who is like a piece of shit might take offense to that.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? But somebody who actually like understands that might be the same way. Like, okay, I totally get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and like I tell people, I just tell people, just be yourself. Like, that's, to me, that's the main lane of branding. Like, once you do something that nobody else is doing, everything else is going to grab. Or I'm not even going to say once you do something that everybody else is doing. Once you start doing what you love to do, and the likes don't matter and the views don't matter, once you get away from all of that and separate yourself from that, it's like everything organically starts to follow. And I learned, because I was so social media presence heavy last year, like I cared so much about what everybody thought that it would stall my process of creating. And because I'm like, damn, the people might not like this, the people might not like that. But then like 2020 came and my son was born, I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck what the fuck they talking about. Like, I'm gonna drop what the fuck.
Definitely congrats on that too.
Appreciate you.
He's about to be one, right?
Yeah, one at the end of the month. The end of the month. So, and that him, don't get me, my daughters were my motivation before, but now that I have a son, it's like I have to show him like this is the way. Like, you don't have to work for no. Busch Gardens showed me fuck working for anybody else. Like, I'm going to start a business and I'm gonna build this bitch up. Busch Gardens ran me.
How did Busch Gardens show you that? Oh, just by working you to death
for $11.
Okay, like, so showing you what you don't want to do.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I used to think y'all niggas that worked at Busch Gardens was rich.
Yeah, niggas know.
Back in high school, you probably thought that.
Like,
and that's exactly what I was about to say. Busch Gardens
in high school
is great money. Like, when you between the ages of like 17 to maybe 22, that's great money. But when you get that first kid,
you got 2-3 kids.
Yeah, bro. Like, my first daughter, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, we can manage this. But
you need money every week.
17 months later, we had a whole nother daughter, and I'm just like, 2 kids, this shit ain't gonna cut it. And then that's when I booked my first video shoot. And I made in 2 hours what I was making in 2 weeks at Busch Gardens.
Fuck this.
And I'm like, oh yeah, bro, I'm out this. My fiance will tell you, I promise you, I'm in Busch Gardens history how I quit. Like, because my manager pissed me off because he had me opening Pretzel World by myself.
The Pretzel
Shout out
World.
to Pretzel World.
Shout out to the Pretzel
Pretzel World.
But he told me, he was like, you have to open by yourself. Everybody who's ever worked at Busch Gardens know that is physically and mentally impossible to open that building by yourself. Even if you come in as, it's in Germany.
Yeah,
It's a big building.
It's not a big building necessarily, but for what goes on in there, it's like if you're by yourself, even if you come in at 6 a.m., you probably still not getting that door. Them doors open by 9 o'clock because you gotta have pretzels roll. You gotta have pizza pretzels roll. You gotta have, especially if nobody did prep the night before. Oh, you might as well go ahead and pack that shit up. You're not opening until probably 12 o'clock. Like, so I came in that day. He was like, "You OCing today?" I was like, "Okay, that's cool. That's the norm. Like, we used to working 15 fucking hours on this slave ship, so that's cool." But then he was just like, "And you opening by yourself." That was it for me. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna open by myself. So I went in there, I turned all the ovens on, I turned the dough machine on,
And left.
and bounced.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you
Like
got
the
That's what you're supposed to do though.
I wasn't supposed to leave, but
I,
somebody's supposed to be watching
okay.
the badass.
I mean, shit
And I
still
sound like-
catch on fire.
I was about to say it sounded like you were sabotaging it for a second. Oh, okay.
Because the way how they had a conveyor,
No, he
they had a
wasn't.
conveyor belt oven, and the pizza pretzels would just run. And
Yeah.
I just let them bitches run.
Yo.
And I was out. Like, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, yo, it's 7:15.
No way.
There's no way I'm gonna have this building open. And then they told me my opening team member, my opening cashier, called out. So I'm just like, so you want me to run the building, be the cashier, run the back too? Like, how am I supposed to? I'm like, you know what? Somebody had texted me and was like, yo, Shiino, what's good? What's your availability for this week? I'm trying to book a video. As soon as I seen that text, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I'm out of here, bro.
I would tell
Like,
them niggas, I would say, yo, hand me one of them
I text my
brooms,
manager
man.
though
Hand you one of them
for what it's
brooms?
worth.
Hand me one of them brooms. I'm gonna just
What do
go
you
outside and sweep.
I text my
car?
manager. I'm like, hey, I was like,
car?
I'm out, bro. Like, he was like, what you mean you out? I was like, I'm out. I was like, the
For
ovens is
good.
on.
For good.
The batter is running, but I'm out. Like, I'm done, bro. Like,
Did they let them open up for? Were they open all this summer?
I think, yeah. Because my sister's back. My sister's back now.
Yeah.
She told me that they're heavy on Christmas Town this year because I guess they're gonna try.
That's
to
the only
recoup.
season they got to make money.
Yeah, they're gonna try to recoup what they lost. But
I got banned from Busch Gardens of Water Country one time.
I wouldn't be surprised if I go up there now that I'm banned. I would not be
Bro.
surprised.
Some petty shit. I was like fucking.
Yeah, I haven't
I
been
stole
back
some
since
glasses.
I left. Oh yeah.
Stole some glasses with the money in my pocket. I was like fucking 14,
they don't-
15.
Sounds like
They ban you
back
for the
then.
dumbest shit. at Busch
What the
Gardens.
hell? Stupid
Especially
ass
if you
shit.
work there and you quit the wrong way, they'll ban you from that bitch for life.
Yeah, no, dude had, bro. I still remember that shit. I had stole the glasses. I seen him. I was like, I like these glasses, so I buy them.
Yeah, fuck.
So my boy was with me. I got him, bro. I thought I was in the clear. I'm walking like half a mile away. All I hear is a tap on my shoulder. It's a guy. He's like, hey. He's like, you asked, did you steal those glasses? I was like, yeah, I stole them. I was just honest. He was like, that's why they let me go. They were about to try to like press charges on me, but they're like, we're not gonna press charges because you were honest.
'Cause you
But
was honest.
you're banned. They banned me for 2 years.
One thing about Busch Gardens, them secret shoppers be on deck and they
No,
be
it was
looking.
secret. He didn't have a fucking
Yeah,
uniform on.
they be looking like a nice little family in there. You steal some shit in front of them. They had a little daughter. Got the daughter. Let me get that. I don't know what
my
you
daddy
thought
said you
this
gotta
was.
return those.
Yeah, word. But yeah, nah.
Hey, that's
Busch
funny.
Gardens, like I love the people I worked with at Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
Like they were like my number one motivators to get the fuck out of
It's
there.
a fun place, man.
Because I work
Fun
with
place.
a lot of old. Well, they're not old. They're older than me, but they always told me, "You are so much bigger than this place. Like, get the fuck out of here." Like, and I was like, "Fuck it." Like, I felt bad leaving them though because I knew what I was leaving them with. But they were just like, "No." Cause bitch, if you don't leave, we gonna leave your ass. So you better figure
Exactly.
something out.
One of us gotta leave.
Yeah, you better
So
figure
one of
something
us-
out real quick.
So you haven't had another job since then? And when was this?
4 years.
Wow, so you've been
4
really
years
feeding your
I've been-
family off your craft?
Yeah, bro.
Your art?
Yeah,
Bro, that's fire,
that's
bro.
why I be
Real
telling
shit. That's the
people-
goal, bro.
and that's why I be
You
telling
don't gotta be a
people,
millionaire, but if you
Exactly.
can,
You gotta,
know what I'm saying?
if you living comfortably or living within your means off of what you doing, that's all.
That's why I
that
tell people
matters,
it's
bro.
nothing that anybody can tell me. Like, and like my daughter in school now, so like when they ask her like, "What's your favorite show?" and she'd be like,
My dad's.
"Oh, my dad's," and they'd be like, "Your dad's not on TV." And my youngest daughter, she's a firecracker. Like she don't play. She'd
No,
be like,
you
"My
do.
daddy is on TV. So I can show you right now." I'm like. Like she don't let nobody. Ain't nobody gonna talk about her daddy. That's one thing about it. My oldest daughter be like, all right, whatever. But my youngest, she ain't having it.
You got 3 kids?
Yeah, 3.
How old do you?
My oldest.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Yes, sir.
No, I just turned 29. My bad. I just turned 29.
He said, "Yo."
I had to think about it. I feel my birthday just passed.
Nah, that's fire, bro. There's definitely been a vibe, man. You have anything else you want to let the people know? Like, we got Sever Ties on the way.
Sewn In.
Untold Thoughts, the book. Pre-orders now. All these links will be in the description. Definitely get that. The link in the description.
Yeah, we
right now. And the shipping on the 25th.
Go do that.
Make sure you get that. On the 25th.
I'm definitely getting that too. No bullshit.
Appreciate it.
What you want to leave the people with, man?
Pretty much, because I didn't get to touch on this, I pretty much want to let the people on my production team that I'm building now just know how appreciated they are. Like starting with Rico, of course, like creative directing, pretty much whatever I need from him, he's there. My bro Mike, with the audio, because like he's showed me the importance of that. Like, because I was just using audio from my camera, and he was like, he came to me, was like, bro, no, that's bullshit. So shout out to him for that. My homie Ro, one of the
somebody
actors.
with the fucking
him.
the poles.
He comes with all of that.
Like, fire.
Yeah, he does all of that. Yeah, he
fire, bro.
Like he be all over the place. So yeah, shout out to him. My brother Ro, one of the actors that I brought on like full time that I'm be working with, as well as Carlton. Full Metal, my editor, like, which everybody know that already. That ain't no secret. Yeah, my sister Renata for the posters. Like, she does all my graphics for my posters and things like that. I shouted her out early on Facebook. And then and Kayla, my makeup artist, definitely, because one thing about her, she in the trenches for me. Yeah. Like, she sat there and did 6 faces on the last project, like, by herself.
Wow.
What
Like,
do you mean 6 faces?
Like, she did 6 girls' makeup.
Oh, that should have taken 4 hours.
It took a while. And she did it all by herself. And then shout out to Alex as well, my special effects makeup artist, because that too is not easy. So I'd be like,
a team, man. Especially with what you're doing, movies and stuff. Like,
man,
it's a whole crew.
People be having like 1,000. Imagine doing like Lord of the Rings or some shit.
Oh yeah, no sir.
What?
Because shooting these shorts, even with the team that we have
now,
it's still like
a lot. It's getting
still a lot. So it's just like, and we're still looking to build. Like, if like I tell people all the time, like, I'm not asking for you to have experience. Like, I'm not asking for any of that. Like, we'll show you all of that because we're not the most experienced. Like, we're still learning. So actors, people that just want to be lighting, whatever, like, come on through. We gonna teach it to you. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it though.
Nah, that's fire, man. We're gonna put all his links in the description. His Instagram, follow him on IG. Go pre-order the book Untold Thoughts right now. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.